Women love to say, I wish a man would tell me what it is up front. I just told you, hey, I'm Oliver. I'm here for a good time. Your response shouldn't be, that's all you want. Your response should be, thank you. Have a good night. Thank you for being honest. So when I hear some women say, yo, why don't you get to know me? Now in my brain, I'm like, this woman don't get it. I just told her. So now I got to play the game. Now I got to, I guess, do the dates, do the conversation? Because I just told you, I just want a good time. And you tell me, get to know you. So that's why some women, they don't want the truth because they feel disrespected. Oh, is that all I'm good for? A good time? No, miss, just for me, you don't even know my story. You don't know if I was cheated on, my wife just left me. You don't know where I'm at. And that's not for you to know because we're just at the bar having a casual
Why is that?
time.
Look, but why, look.
But
see,
you know, but
why is
let
that not
matter.
for her to know then? If you're
Because
engaging,
we're talking about just meeting at the bar, right? Well, listen, when you step out on the street, you don't know what anybody's
Yeah,
going
it's
through.
going through.
Let's just be clear here. I don't know what you're going through. So I might say something, or I might touch your knee and it's a trigger, and you punch me. People are like, yo, she punched him for no reason. That's a trigger. I don't know. So what I'm saying is, some women, not all, there's two types of men, the wolf and the fox. I'm the wolf. A wolf is gonna let you know I'm gonna eat you. A fox is more cunning and charming. We're both gonna eat you, or we're both gonna fuck you. It's just how you wanna get fucked.
like you said, you really don't know anybody's story until you actually converse with them and kind of get to know them and actually have that exchange of, communication. Where I'm at right now, I told you I'm super, super single. I naturally am an emotionally attached individual, right? It has not really, I don't have the answers, and clearly it's just not working out. It's not even really based solely on me, but just whatever transpired. Right now, like you said, I don't want to dismiss the idea of being in a relationship because I'm not really jaded to the sense where I don't love the ideology of love. However, I know for myself it is distracting from the things that I would like to continue to accomplish, right? Because when I think about a woman's role for a man, and I know this is super cliche, everybody's like, there's always the back and forth
Talk
about
your
what is
truth.
but I kind of grew up, we're living in a generation where everything's all over the place, but then there's still like traditional values that I feel like was instilled in me, My grandmother, since I was a little kid, was like, you need to cook and clean. How you think you're gonna have a man? And yeah.
Oh, you like that?
I'm a socialite, so I'm always out. But yes, I know how to do that. I make sure I clean, the whole ritual of Sunday cleaning and playing a little Spanish music. As like, I've bore witness to that, and I kind of grew up with that, right? So that's instilled in me, and yes, I can tap into that bag for somebody that I love, but then I can also be outside and I'm turned up and I'm partying and I'm having fun. I'm single right now, and I feel like because my last relationship or who I was dealing with, it was very toxic and energy draining and distracting. I just really want to kind of focus on the things that I want to do. I'm open to catching a vibe. That doesn't necessarily mean having sex.
You sound like me. I didn't say
No, I'm
sex.
saying that doesn't necessarily mean like having sex, but I think that it's just everything is timing, because if you give me that vibe and this is what I want to do in this moment, some of the things that I kind of put on, like, am I building with him? I might be a little bit skewed from that right now, just because, my perception on being in love and in a relationship, I'm just like, ugh. I don't even want to go through it because I lose, like, my emotional security. I'm giving, and it's like, it's super distracting.
I love that point. And I want to ask you this. So if a guy is trying to holler at you.
Right now?
Way, yes, in the same way how I told you what I
Yeah.
would say, are you that transparent with that guy? Like, look, I'm me and this where I'm at.
Yeah. I think so. The thing is, right,
But,
like the
yeah,
other day.
I think so. You hear that? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because listen,
Who's the toxic one now? Go
no,
ahead.
I'm not toxic at all. I don't feel that way.
No, I'm not discrediting. You said a lot, and then I resonate with it. I respect it. You know, once again, I don't know that you going through this, and I'm trying to holler.
See, you know what? Okay.
Okay.
If somebody
Go ahead.
is open and transparent, because I'm gonna be transparent as well.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike you, I'm a little kind of an open book, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you see is kind of what you get. Yes, I could go more in depth and in detail.
Mm-hmm.
Once we start having conversation, but you know, I mean, like the other day, I was out in the club,
Mm-hmm.
gave my number out to somebody. I didn't really know him, right? Now we're casually talking, but am I open or receptive to seeing what's up? Right now, I'm not trying to be like, we need to be in a relationship.
But what is he
I'm
saying?
trying to-
Like, no,
we're
not
just
not
vibing.
verbatim.
I didn't put any expectation on it.
Is his energy giving you more homie vibes, or he's like,
Nah,
trying
homie
to-
vibes. No.
Well, some guys, play the let me get to know you friend vibe, and then like
Nah,
he
I'm
so he
too much of
came.
an alpha. It was like, yo, let me get your number. We're in
right.
the club. We're talking. We're chit chatting, shotting it up. At first, I was like, I ain't giving you my number. Still gave it to him. But again, like also I think that you kind of get a perception of, I don't want to say perception of who somebody is, but what they do kind of also places an innocent judgment. Like if I'm talking to you and you're a ball player, I'm gonna feel like, of course, can I really put any expectation on him or feel like he's completely single, even if he tells me he's single?
What if
I'm
he's
not
not
really.
a ball player? He worked for sanitation, they make money. He worked for MCA, they make money. He's a lawyer, whatever. Let's take away the cliche.
I wouldn't. I don't know.
You wouldn't know. You see? I got you there.
I wouldn't know, because you got to think about it too, right? When I say that, I met you in the club, and people be like, oh, you can't find your girl at the club, but really, I'm a good girl. I'm smart. I'm driven. I'm intelligent. I like to have fun though, right? So why can't you meet a female at the club sometimes? The same way you might feel like you're a catch or a good guy.
Yeah.
You still out partying. Am I
course.
supposed to not have a life? So when people say that, it's super annoying.
I don't believe that. But I just switched it up because I'm like, there's just so much more than just the rappers. And, I just wanted to give you...
I don't date the rappers.
But entertainment lifestyle,
But again, it's like if I'm in that, I'm
World,
kind of in that world and
that's
that
what
lifestyle.
you're around.
It's
Majority.
kind of what's around me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Not even
Okay.
that I'm going to go look for it
them.
at all. It's like, this is just
the
what's
nature of their
around
job.
me. Yeah, this is just what's around me.
Let me ask you this, right? So, trust is important to you. That's number one.
It is.
And then is love, right? Next.
Love is super important.
No,
I
I
said
want to know
love.
the. I want to know the order.
To me, I think that trust comes 1st. That's where the loyalty goes, and then that grows into love.
So, if you want to be intentional, whenever you're ready, if you want to be intentional about, this love journey and you finding your partner, can you see yourself pivoting out that scene of work and like, I don't know, you're at a park or maybe somewhere different to meet men? Could you do that? Because you said, you're in that light. I get it. But to find something different, sometimes you got to go someplace different.
I mean, listen, me and my homegirls, we always talk about this. It's like, we need to not be around this. We need to not be around
If
that.
you're intentional.
But if I'm intentionally, but you know what, also, I'm not really seeking a relationship. Like, I'm not looking to find somebody and let me go here
But when
to
you
go.
do, are you okay with putting yourself
I
in a
don't know
different
if I'm
environment?
ever really going to get to that point, because I feel like I'm all for, like, the authenticity of a vibe. So I feel like, yes, I might say, I do want to get in a relationship. Maybe let me try something that's out of my norm, because I keep getting the result dealing with this particular type of individual. But I wouldn't even really know where to start. And at the
Just
same
not be in the club.
All right, tell me.
You're giving me relationship vibe, lovey-dovey vibes. So why do some women like yourself that give that vibe, you give this single vibe, but you always end up in a relationship? Because you preaching single, you giving single, but somehow y'all find yourself doing single things and being in the single realm or just single adjacent. Like, what's up with that?
Listen, I'm super single, okay?
I
Like
get
I
that.
said, I think
But
that,
to your core.
okay, you know what? I think that innately, even though, yeah, there's different types of girls, and even on the show, I've seen girls saying, like, they just want to get what they can get or they're not. For me, and I guess because it's kind of based off of my character, I think that every female wants to be in a relationship, right? It's like, why am I gonna keep dating and giving my energies to somebody like consistently, and if there's no end point, like what am I building towards? What is the point of it? But you know what? When we do that and we get taken advantage of, or men get complacent, like, oh, I got her, she's comfortable. The relationship might go left, and it's like, we're now left to deal with our emotions on our own, right? We're left to deal with our emotions on our own. We have to pick up the pieces and get back to what we were on and kind of like act like you never existed. And that heartbreak and that hurt is heavy. Do you hear me? So it's like, I told you, I don't want to be in a relationship at this moment because I feel like I need to redefine myself and get back in tune with the things that make me happy. Let me get back. And like, you kind of lose your individuality when you are so in depth in a relationship sometimes. But I think that women are just, we sick and tired. We got sick and tired. And it might be, I know we're trying to convince ourselves like single life, because at the same token, look at how many missed opportunities I probably didn't have because I was so stuck on stupid, trying to be a wife and doing everything and being committed into a situation that probably wasn't ideally for me. And so, that type of shit is heavy. A long time, longevity. Now we're back out. We want to have fun, but we still want to be in love. I know it's like an oxymoron.
No, and it's not wrong with, having fun and want love, right? And that brings me to like the next point and almost like the closeout point. So it's like, you talked about, look, you can find love in this club. You sound like Usher. Love in this club, right? Yeah, so with that being said, you see?
You see? Listen,
but
my relationship for 5 years, I met him in the club.
Oh, Usher?
No.
Oh.
That was not my
Usher,
man.
Damn Usher,
I
but no.
met him in the club, NBA draft night, in the club. No, I'm saying in the club.
Yeah, but you said NBA draft night, you just, anyway.
But I met him, and we were together for a long time, and even still, of course, like.
You said Kevin Durant?
Nah.
I'm like, don't say no names. Don't say no names.
I'm not saying.
I'm not asking. That was a little shot.
No, but I'm
Brooklyn.
saying.
No. But my question is, right? No,
I
you
met
said,
him in the club,
okay,
though. And initially, I was like, whatever, I'm in college, whatever.
Yeah.
He's just tapping in, and he's getting to his
He was
money.
tapping in, all right.
No, I'm saying. But we were actually, I continued like a phone combo now we're talking. That's what I'm saying when it comes to the transparency and the conversation and the vibes that you have. And then after 3 months, I decided to, I know that's such a stereotypical number too, but I didn't put it a 90-day rule. It's just what happened.
Okay.
And, we were dealing with each other, and I was definitely the wifey for a long time. And, but again, it didn't work.
Yeah,
I mean, I dealt with infidelity, to make up, to break up, and all sorts of craziness. But I met him in the club, and it was a long-term relationship, and we loved each other. I feel like, we still were young and just stepping into adulthood, and you coming into money and you living his life, and you're so like, you got to think about it, your options. And me being selfish, I don't want to share anybody, right? He's not going to tell me that he's dealing with somebody because I'm not going for that. But at the same token, I might have been a little bit oblivious or naive because in my mind, I'm the wife, I'm the one you love, I'm the one you speak to every day. But he definitely had options. You have so many females throwing themselves at you. It's probably, I think it's really unrealistic when you are dealing with that caliber of an individual. So, and even regular men, there's always options around. But if you're getting 100 females throwing themselves at you for the wrong reason, you're not turning it down every time. And I've kind of had to learn that through experience, which is why it also has me skeptical to now try to even be in that situation.
See, I wanted to go. So I'm gonna touch on one thing, but then I'm gonna come back to the closeout. And I don't wanna. I'm gonna touch on this, and we don't spend too much time on it.
All right.
So you, because I'm getting this vibe of like I'm big on like law of attraction, right? And you are what you
very
attract.
real.
So I'm glad you agree. So with all the men in different situations that you attracted, right? Whether it's 2 or 3, I ain't trying to make it sit there.
Yeah,
Like you attract a
it
lot.
is what it is.
So whatever. So with that being said, do you feel like you got to take some onus to it, some ownership to it? Because what I've gotten with you, talking to you, it's men. But when do you take accountability for your actions? Yes, granted, the man may have presented himself as Prince Charming, but at some along this journey, you start realizing there's chinks in his armor. He's not that guy. When do you say, you know what? This is me. Then, okay, you cut him off, and then, oh, it's again and again. Because all I keep hearing from you is like club life, NBA, entertainment. No, but what I'm saying, I'm just saying, like, it's a repetitive behavior. So when do you start saying, you know what, it's me, and maybe I need to sit myself down, and even if a man approaches me, I'm good right now because I find myself attracting the same thing. When do you start saying chill? Because remember you said the man who is broke or trying to fix himself should not be having sex, should not be in those light.
Yeah.
When do you say to yourself, same for you?
Never. No. Just kidding.
But every joke, there's truth.
No. I swear to God, I'm just kidding. I'm the type of individual, though, and even with my last relationship, when it didn't work, right, I do a lot of self-reflecting. So for me, I'm like, maybe I didn't need to spaz about this to be nagging, and we probably wouldn't have had this conversation, or we probably wouldn't have had this fight, or you know what, if he's saying that he's struggling with certain things, maybe I could have researched it to know how to operate with you, right? I'm definitely one of those persons who are in tune with themselves, and I always self-reflect to try to bring some understanding. I'm a little bit more mature now, right, as opposed to the first relationship, so where I might have been going crazy. In the sense of expectations, meaning like I'm spazzing, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. But I mean, I do hold myself accountable sometimes, but again, I also feel like, is it really a factor of accountability, or is it really just me finding who fits with the type of things that I have going on?
Maybe it's both.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just want something authentic. Authenticity.
So speaking
something
of authenticity,
real,
do you think you could find that?
Because I'm not going to jeopardize my relationship. If I love you, I don't care what my options are, or the same way you might have these same options. If I know, listen, and men cannot dish out a lot of the times what they put out. So it's like a man might feel like I'm supposed to be forgiving, right? You cheated on me, I found out, I'm supposed to take you back. If I cheat on my man, there's no way he's taking me back. And me knowing that, I'm not going to behave in a mannerism that's going to jeopardize that. But men, for some reason, a lot of the times, because we are nurturing, because we're emotional, because, I don't want to start over. If I love you, I want to be with you. We're going to work it out. We're going to figure it out. What is it that you need from me that you're not getting, that you're not really caring or concerned about how it's going to make me feel, so where you might lose the relationship. I'm always trying to communicate, but I do feel like it's not about me not taking accountability. Everybody that I've ever dealt with, I don't care what life they were in, they might have told me that they were moving and operating in one sense and moving completely different behind my back. And there goes that lack of the respect or loyalty that you have to me. Because if I'm trusting you and I'm giving that to you, you're betraying my trust and my loyalty.